Well, good morning, guys. It is now, I think, our fifth training, and we are going to today be talking about managing your notifications again. So we did a brief training on this regarding managing your notifications tab and how you can utilize your notifications tab to get more out of your Facebook page in order for you to have content to post, have additional things to share on your page. This training is going to be primarily about managing those boosted posts, paid ads, and promotions that we talked about. So there are some maintenance tips that we're going to go through, and then it's kind of been brought to my attention that there might be some maybe settings things that go on the back end of Facebook that might be helpful to maybe give you guys a little bit more information on, show you where they live, train you on those things. So I'm going to kind of piggyback two things together on this. Since we have already talked about managing notifications a little bit, I don't want to bore anybody with going through that all over again, but I do want to show you from a paid ad or a boosted post how you can manage the additional likes that you can get out of that. And then we'll go the second half into a training a little bit about just things that live on your page that you might not know exist there, okay? This is more of a general, just 411 on what lives on your page, what's in your settings tab, how can you do additional things, more like a navigation of the back end of the system. So without further ado, we're going to jump in and we're going to talk first about how to manage a paid promotion or any kind of a boosted post or paid ad. So if you're here on the screen, I hope you guys can see my screen okay. We're going to go through, and what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to jump onto one of my accounts that has had a boosted post done on their page, and I'm going to show you some information about how we have done that. So this morning, I posted basically an offer on the page for this fishing gear site that I helped do all of their social media for, and it was just a regular offer. We went in and we posted an offer, and then that offer was able to be boosted. So after we let it go organic for about 3 or 4 hours, had quite a few shares on it, I went in and boosted that, okay? And as you can see, it says boost again right here, and you see the comments, the shares, and then the people who have liked it. Now, this one hasn't gotten a whole lot of likes yet. The good thing is it's gotten quite a few shares. So as we talked about on prior trainings, if you have a pool of people here that has been quite a bit, or if anybody's been tagged in the comments, we want to make sure we manage that. So as you see, we only had one person who had not been invited to like the page. I went ahead and went in and invited them. You will see, of course, once this promotion lives a little bit longer, this is through Sunday that we have this post boosted, or this offer boosted, picked our demographics and stuff. You'll see that there will be more likes, and we can go in and invite those people like we talked about on the first time. Once we have boosted a post, we'll have a pool of people that, of course, we selected with our demographic targeting and our detail targeting that have not seen our page. So they basically got delivered the post because they met our demographics, but they did not like our page yet. They just liked that one post. So what we want to do is then go back in and invite those people to also like our page. That's 3 additional likes that we don't have to purchase. So here, a little bit different management on this because of the fact that it has had more shares and comments than it actually has any likes. So what we want to do is on these people who have commented, we want to just go back here and hit the like button on their comment. Anybody who has shared this post, so I'm going to click right here on these 6 shares. And anyone who has shared this post, I want to go back and I want to thank them for sharing it, okay? So if I am able to see all here, I will open up this post and I will see who has shared this post, and I want to just give them a quick thank you, a quick shout out to tell them thank you for sharing that. So I'm going to click on these 6 shares if I can. It's not liking me at the moment. So they've shared an offer, meaning I can't go back in. And as you can see, there's some that are unavailable here. So I apologize, I wasn't able to go in and thank those people who had shared our boosted post. But you'll see additional shares on some of the pages. It looks like that feature actually is just not cooperating with us right now. We have a share there. So any of the shares that you've gotten on any of your post, even if it is not a boosted post. You definitely always want to go back in and thank those people. Looks like here we've had 4 shares, so we would want to go back in and make sure that we have liked. Now, here's something that comes to mind that you guys might not know. So as you can see, since I am logged in under my personal account, I am showing as the person who would be liking and or commenting on this. In order for me to comment as the company, I would have to go into this post from this person and actually comment as the company that I had shared. It's all based on what type of person shares it and what that interaction with the person to the account has been. So obviously, Captain Marcus Canales has not liked our page, so I can't go in until I go into the actual post. I can't go in and like or comment as myself, okay? As you can see here, there's been a couple of people who have shared it that do have liked our page. So what you'll get out to the side here is you will get this little bubble. And what you always want to make sure is that you see this bubble and you say liking and commenting as. Now, if these people were my personal friends as well, then I would have the option to comment as myself. So I would show up right here in the drop down as well. If I clicked on the drop down, I would show up as an additional person or if I managed another page that person liked. So you just want to make sure that when you go back and comment, especially if you guys are managing your Card My Yard pages from your personal, you want to make sure that you're commenting as your business, of course, so that anytime they see the comment, they see the business is actually interacting, not the person, okay? That's just a little tip right here. And as you can see, a lot of these are unavailable to be boosted. So we did talk about that last time, how shared content is not able to be boosted. If there are any here that we see that are additional shares, so we had 2 shares here, depending on the person's privacy settings, you might not be able to see who shared it or to go in and comment or like on their share, okay? So let's go into another account here that we have boosted post on. And I want to show you guys, hopefully there will be some more likes that we can invite to like our actual page as well. So here we should see their boosted post come up, and it is down here a little further. Video, keep going. Shared quite a bit of things on their page, so, and I apologize, internet is not working super great right now. But if we can find that original post of that content, we can see here. Okay, so this was a boosted post. As you can see, it says boost again. Now you can see the reach, the engagements, which remember what we talked about on reaches versus engagement. We are looking at engagement, but a good indicator of how well we are doing or how well our content is doing is if this is about half. Okay, so your engagements need to be at least half of your reach. If not, you probably haven't initiated any type of contact with that person. You haven't left an open-ended question, left some type of call to action. Maybe your content just wasn't that great for the people who have viewed it. There should be some type of engagement here, okay? So as you can see, a lot of people have gone in and tagged or made a comment, and I want to make sure that I'm liking and commenting. There are 21 comments here. And all of these people that have been tagged are obviously friends. As you can see, we've gone in and we've commented back to these people and said something to the effect of, pick a date that works best for you, here's our phone number, just letting them know that we've interacted or that we have seen their posts and we want to interact with them, okay? Gone in and replied to all of these comments here. Anybody who has not been liked, we want to make sure that we like those comments. Even if it is just a tag of a person, because they will get a notification, of course, as well, since they've been tagged in those posts. We would want to go back in as well, just like we talked about on managing notifications. We want to go back in here, and these 263 people, and I just managed this morning, so I apologize, trying to stay on task on all of my clients here, but all of these people, as you can see, have been invited. So 263 people liked this boosted post. The one that says liked already, either liked the page itself before they saw the post delivered to them, or I've already gone back in and invited them and they've already reliked. If it says invited, it means they've received that notification, but they haven't done anything with it yet, okay? So if we had the ability to invite any additional people, that little button would be lit up and say invite. Looks like I did my due diligence on getting all of these people invited. So there aren't any to manage. That's a good thing though, like we talked about as far as getting your money's worth, to make sure that you go in, and you invite those additional people to like your page as well. Remember, they just liked the post. They have not liked your page, okay? So I think that covers that part. So it's somewhat of a small topic. Like I said, I wanted to spend the remainder of the time kind of navigating more in the back end and showing you guys where some things live that you might not know exist, okay? So it's gonna be kind of a general 411 information on how to manage the back end of your settings tab. Okay, so I'm actually going to get on to the Card My Yard page so that you guys, the structure will be similar. You'll see kind of the same information as you would see on your page. This is the corporate channel, of course. I've been added as an admin on it, and I'm going to go in. So this would be just like what you guys would look like. You would go, of course, your drop down here, and another confusing factor for some people. So as you can see, there is a settings tab here. So sometimes when I'm advising my clients, I'll say, go to the settings tab, and they will go to this settings tab. This is the settings tab for your personal account. Okay, so if I click on this, it's going to show me all of my personal Jenny Nagelmuller Facebook settings. Okay, I don't want that. I want the settings for my business page. So in order to do that, I have to go to the page itself, and you'll see this drop-down menu here. This settings tab is my settings for my business page, okay? Navigating around here, you'll see some additional information, page info, templates, and tabs. So if for some reason when you set up your page or when Card My Yard set up your page, if there are any tabs that are not activated on your page, you will see the ability to add those tabs here. Okay, so as you can see, if they've gone in and added website information here. If there were any available tabs, they would be here. Okay, so as you can see, they have not enabled groups, live videos, or notes on their page. If they wanted to add that tab, they would click Add Tab, and then they have the ability to utilize those tabs and have them show on their page. Okay, if you wanted to delete any of these here, you could click on the settings panel and then just turn this off, okay? And that will turn it off. But of course, we want the events tab on in case we can do anything there with events that you guys might be hosting. Notifications, of course, that's just how you receive your notifications. That's not a super important tab because here you're not able to change a whole lot, but you are able to turn on text messages, turn them off. This is where you would receive email notifications. So if you're that person that diligently checks their notifications tab and you don't want duplicates either coming in via text or email, you can turn those both off here, okay? That's something I know that a lot of people just like to manage from their Facebook so they don't have a bunch of junk mail going in and a bunch of additional notifications. And did I check that or did I not check that? Go here and just turn them off on email and on text messaging, and that will keep you clear to just manage directly from your notifications tab right here, okay? Messaging. So there is a messenger platform here, and then there's also a messaging tab, okay? What we want to do is we want to make sure that our messenger tab has the correct settings on it. So let me go to messenger platform here. It looks like you guys don't actually have it enabled, okay? So meaning they don't do messengers here, messenger links here, which is okay. We can leave that how it is. I don't want to change any of their settings. Some of you guys might have the messaging app on your phone or on your account, meaning right here under between general and page info, you would have a messaging tab. That tab would allow you the ability to go in and set an out of office or a response assistant. That is in the event that someone messages your page and you are not by your phone or your notifications tab and you want to direct them some additional way. It's kind of like setting your out of office whenever you leave for vacation on your email, on your Outlook email, okay? Another important thing here, if you have an Instagram account, it should be already tagged here. So as you can see, the corporate account is set here. I always tell people, I know we haven't talked a lot about Instagram because this was primarily to talk about Facebook for all these trainings, but if you have your Instagram business account and you have your Facebook business account, remember we want to link those two together, okay? They both have to be business channels. We can't do a personal Instagram to a business Facebook or vice versa, okay? We can only go business to business or personal to personal. If you have a personal Facebook and a personal Instagram. You can connect them. But remember, ads and any type of marketing information, all your analytics, your data, your demographics about your target audiences are not going to appear on a personal Instagram or a personal Facebook. Those settings are only available on a business page, okay? We're operating with the mindset that you guys have business pages already. So let's just go forward with that. In that case, you would want to make sure that your Instagram is a business account as well. And hopefully, maybe we'll add on some trainings at the end. You guys give Amy and Jessica a little thumbs up, and maybe shoot them an email and say we want to do some Instagram trainings as well. We just have Facebook covered on this. But same thing, you would from this end, you would see from the Facebook end, you would click on your Instagram tab, ensure that that is connected here to your Instagram account. And from the Instagram end, you would go to your settings panel on your Instagram, go to linked accounts, and then you should be able to see that your Facebook business page is connected. The little blue Facebook icon should be lit up if your account is connected correctly, okay? That's something to check there. Page audience and page roles. This is if you did have an admin or someone on your page. As you can see, they have me as an admin here. You could add on additional people. That might be a role on your team. Make sure that you guys click here and know these different roles. So an admin is the only authorization that is allowed to do everything, meaning they can post content, they can moderate content, they can do ads, they can do everything on your account. An editor cannot post content themselves, but they would be the person that would be going back and spell checking and making sure everything's correct, adding in websites. They can only edit posts that are already made to the page, okay? So as you can see, Facebook defaults to editor. We don't want that if you want someone actively helping you with posting. You want to select admin here, okay? That would be how you would do that. And then a couple of other things here. So under your Insights tab, you have the ability, under your Insights tab, to see, of course, all of your content here. See any organic or paid content. So it looks like they have done some boosted posts and some paid content in the past. Again, remember looking at reach and engagement. You should be, looks like their reach is quite high and not as much engagement, okay? So we need to make sure that we're trying to do things that are getting people to take some type of action, okay? Only one total action on the page, meaning we want to do things like post a picture here in the comments tab to be entered to win, or show us what your favorite design is for a card, and we'll try and make that into a card my yard display for an upcoming front yard option, something like that. You want to give something for the people to comment or do something to interact with. If you just post a text post or even a photo and put it up there and don't really give people the ability to fodder back, to give more information back, or post a photo or do a comment, you have to ask them to do something so that they are engaging with you in some way and the post is not just reaching them, okay? Here you can see your most recent posts. You can also do pages to watch, okay? So this is my favorite feature, honestly, of Facebook in terms of a true business page and a way to keep your eye on competitors, okay? So if which I'm in the loan business, the lending business, we have a corporate account, of course, and we have lots of competitors. There are lots of lenders, right? And our way of looking at our dashboard of people that are our competitors is by adding them here as this pages to watch, okay? And what you would want to do is you would want to find anybody who might be a competitor to your business, and you would want to watch them here. Now, I also suggest adding in additional locations. So I'm going to go ahead and add these people as another page that we would want to watch here. And the reason that we're doing that is not to keep tabs on anybody, but just to kind of see what other specific branches or for you guys, divisions might be doing that the corporate might not be doing, okay? So if we're seeing something that you guys are doing great, we would definitely want to incorporate that into our scheme of things. What I recommend is that you also go outside of your business itself to find someone who has a service that is about the same price point and about the same type of product. Now, for you guys, that might be a little bit difficult. Maybe it's something like birthday greetings, or maybe it's Tiff's Treats, or something like that, that is a birthday, graduation, some type of celebratory company. Maybe it is the stork companies who deliver, the baby storks. That seems like a parallel type of industry in terms of the services they provide and the types of things they do. You want to find a competitor that's kind of outside of your direct realm, but also has the same type of product or service that you do, even if it's not the exact same thing, so that you can kind of widen your spread on what you're looking at. So we look at everything from lenders to banks to finance companies, everything in the spectrum of we provide some type of home financing, even if it is an online broker or an online provider, which technically is not the same type of service we provide. We provide a very in-house, face-to-face, sit down and shake your hand. But we can garner some information on what people might be tending towards. If we see that the online provider is doing a whole lot of things that we don't offer, that might be something for us to look into our arsenal. So if you see that the stork guy that is selling in the same area, same neighborhood as you, is offering maybe a discount that you have not thought to offer, maybe that's something that you can incorporate in your business. Maybe they guarantee a certain hour of delivery, or perhaps they do something in terms of repeat customers or referral bonus type of program. Something that you can see that is equitable in terms of what you would have to be giving back or giving away. You don't want to follow, of course, a business that has a completely different product in terms of pricing and scheme and setup and those types of things. And there should always be industry leaders. So if there's an industry leader that you know of that with Card My Yard has been around the longest, makes the most, it's the biggest grossing branch that you guys have, definitely connect with that person and watch their page. Look at what they're doing. The good thing here is that all of your competitors look like they have 0% growth and very little engagement, and actually looks like all of your individual channels and your corporate channel are doing the best, okay? So sometimes you're ranked here, which is, guys, as you can see, based on total page likes. So you are going to be ranked, given a number here, based on the total number of page likes, not based on your engagement or your post or anything like that, okay? What we want, as you can see, Card My Yard Alito is actually ahead of the corporate Card My Yard in terms of engagement. These three columns are the most important. So this growth from last week, post this week, and engagement this week. Now remember what we talked about for engagement. That's the indicator of how well we are truly doing, because people are doing something with our content. They are consuming it. So here, we would give a big, round of applause and a big kudos to the Card My Yard Alito folks. And if I'm another branch, I should probably be going to their page and seeing what they're doing. Talking to that branch manager and that franchise owner and saying, hey, what are you doing different on Facebook? I see your numbers are consistently strong, okay? This is a great way for you to keep tabs on your competitors and also kind of keep a tab on who's doing well within your own business, so that you can reach out to them and get more information from them, network, share ideas, those types of things, okay? If you are looking for a post that you feel like may have been more successful than it truly is, what I always recommend to people is, before you do any type of boosted post, you go back here to this dashboard and you look at your 5 most recent posts, and you look at your reach and your engagement. Now, if I was going to boost any one of these posts, which ones would I boost? Rhetorical question, because you guys can't answer back. But here in this last one, it would be anyone else dragging this afternoon. As you can see, it's organic reach, engagement are way higher than any of the rest of them, okay? So if we're going to boost something, we want to boost something that's already organically successful, okay? We don't want to just go randomly in here and go, hey, this guy, which might just be because of the timeliness of it, it was just posted at 5:40, of course. But even these in here that you can see, this was posted yesterday, and you see that there's not a whole lot of engagement on it. We want to make sure, or even this one was posted on the 12th, and not a whole lot of engagement there, not a whole lot of reach even, okay? What we want to do is we want to grab the best content that's organically already doing well and boost that. This is a great place to do it. Instead of just surfing your page and trying to figure out if that's successful or not and hitting boost, go back here to this dashboard. I love the Insights tab. I spend a lot of time back here. A little note too for you guys that are looking for maybe more data. This panel will only show up to 28 days. That's the longest amount of time you can pull data on. If you go to export data, guys, and you click on a date range here, you are able to do up to 6 months of data, okay? So you'll see this month and this quarter. So technically this quarter is the longest that you will be able to go here if you click on one of these already predisposed tabs. If I go in here and I click all the way back to December of last year or whatever 6 months from March is, I can grab 6 months of data at a time. So what I do is I go in July and I mark a calendar invite on my calendar that says July 1, I need to go in and I need to pull my data from January to July. And then from July to December, I will be able to pull the second half of the year of data so that I can sit down at the end of the year and I can put my two reports together basically, and I can see what has happened on my Facebook page. Has the money that I spent validated the growth? Am I getting more engagement on certain posts? It's very good indicators of how well you are doing from month to month, quarter to quarter, and then of course, first half of the year versus second half of the year. Keep in mind as well that if your business is cyclical, which I know you guys are busier on graduation time and things like that, that is something that you have to take into account. Of course, there are other holidays that fall outside of that, birthdays, anniversaries, but if your biggest time of the year is within one of those months, it might be smart to just pull that month out because you know that that's going to kind of skew your data, okay? These are all super important things in the Insights tab here for you guys to know. If you click on any of these actions on the side here, it will break them out. So if I wanted to not see it in this panel here and I wanted to take a deeper dive into what that just my reach looked like, I would be able to do that here, okay? And then this would show me reactions, comments. As you can see, there's a lot more individual breakdown for each of these categories. If I click on the side over here on the left-hand panel, I get a breakout of everything I can need to and want to see about reach, okay? Same thing with posts, same thing with page previews. You can see all of this data really broken out more if you click on these on the side, okay? Likes here, same thing. I can see when people liked it, what time, did they come from a news feed? Did they come from a search? Did they come directly from my page? This is great information, okay? Where did my likes happen? Did they like my page because they were already on my page, or were they coming from my news feed, i.e. someone shared something and they might have seen it in my news feed? This is all very important data. I always recommend to people, whether you set aside maybe the end of the month when you're doing already the rest of your monthly report, or even if you just do it weekly. Now, do be mindful, since we talked about Instagram earlier, that you do have the ability to look at Instagram data on an Instagram business channel. Your Instagram business channel will only show you data for up to 7 days, okay? So unlike Facebook, where you can go up to 6 months, you can only go up to 7 days on Instagram. So what I do is, at the end of every week, I take a screenshot of that week's data and I store them. I basically send them, email them to myself, and I put them in a folder. And then at the end of the month, I put week to week to week, 4 weeks back, to each other, and kind of look at my growth, look at the demographics, look at what posts have been successful, what days and what times of the day the most posts were successful, kind of get a better indicator of my audience, right? We'll wrap up, I guess, with just a few other things that live on your page here. So again, your inbox, of course, is here. Your notifications tab, you can see all of your notifications. Here in your inbox, I always recommend that people go through their inbox and kind of clean it out. Mark it as done. Mark your Instagram messages as done. Now, you guys have messages turned off from the corporate perspective, which is why we did not have that messenger availability. Now, if you have your messenger turned on, okay, as you can see, you would have the option right here. I'm going to show you on a different account because I don't want to activate that without Amy knowing that we have done, Amy and Jessica knowing that we have done that. There might be a purpose behind that so that it doesn't come to the corporate page. It goes to you guys individually at your franchise locations. But if you did have a messaging app your messaging app turned on, when you go to your settings tab here, you would see the option right here for messaging, okay? And what I was talking about as far as the out-of-office assistant or the response assistant is right here. And we want to turn that response assistant on. So we're going to jump to that section. Ours is already turned on. You can customize the message by clicking on change. That will allow you to put a personalized message in there. Maybe you say something to the effect of, I'm not always by my computer, but for a quicker response, text me on my mobile device. And you give them your mobile device, okay? Those are all things that we'll probably cover a little bit more in the future, but in the essence of time and the fact that we had already gone over managing notifications a little bit, which leads us into what our discussion for today was to be about. I wanted to give you guys some good helpful tips and tricks on utilizing some of the settings tab of your Facebook page that you guys might not know lives there, okay? We will be back in, I guess, a couple of weeks, so we'll be in April already when we go to our next topic. And we have a lot of exciting things coming forward, including MailChimp. I know you guys are looking for maybe some additional reach out type of things, maybe something you can build better customer repertoire with, maybe ask for reviews, things like that. MailChimp is going to be the perfect alternative and a system to do that with. So looking forward to talking to you guys more here in the future coming up. If you have questions, don't forget, we do have that button that you can push at the end of the email that allows you to submit your questions to Jessica and Amy and get those over to me in case the two ladies can't answer those and need an additional assistance. The other thing that does for myself as a trainer is allow me some insight onto what you guys might be struggling with. So if you have questions or if there's something in specific that you have struggled with or don't know where it lives or having a hard time understanding, please submit those ideas to Jessica and Amy so that we can do those in future training, okay? I will look forward to talking to you guys here, I guess, within a couple of weeks. So have a great week, and if you need anything else, please make sure that you reach out to the ladies at Card My Yard. Y'all have a great week.